wanted to talk to you about the rope toys you just got from otterlypets.com or various other platforms online, and talk about the different things that you can do to maintain the life of these as long as possible, and proper cleaning and whatnot. Now, the tips and tricks that I'll be going over will relate to either this 4-pack or the 5-pack or the many different styles that Otterly Pets has of rope toys. So just keep that in mind when going over this, that if yours isn't specifically this pack, it'll apply to the one that you got. First thing to keep in mind, this is completely cotton. So eventually your dog's tooth, which is as strong as the tip of a knife, eventually going to wear away at the cotton fabrics of this toy. That's just nature. You can't get past that, and it's unfortunate, but eventually these things wear down, as much as we would all love them to last forever. A few things you can do to maintain the longevity of this. The first thing to keep in mind is you're going to want to clean it regularly. And what I mean by that, once a week is best to put it into the washer and on hot and wash it so that it can get rid of the germs and all the slobber that your dog has been putting onto this rope toy. Now, the best way to clean all of your rope toys in a washer is to first put them into a pillowcase and then seal the pillowcase by just tying a knot on it so that they don't come out. Otherwise, it'll be jumbling all around in the washing machine, and that's not good. You want to put it all into a concise little container, which is a pillowcase, and then tie it off at this end with just a normal little knot. Put the wash on hot and then dry it on hot as well in your dryer, and you should be good to go for another week. Now, in between every week, if your dog is particularly loving the toy and just going crazy with gnawing on it and whatnot, another way to clean it is to drench it for just a second, get it wet, and then put it into the microwave and put it on high for 1 minute. That's going to get rid of some germs and whatnot. That's not going to make it perfectly clean like a washer would. That's why you want to do that once a week. But it is going to clean it to a degree and help out with the longevity of the product and keeping it safe for your dog. Aside from cleaning the rope toys, there's another thing to know. They're not indestructible. They're not going to last forever. Just like any dog toy, even the ones that claim to be indestructible, they don't last forever. Eventually, it's going to cut the cotton, the fabrics, and fray it and cut them until they're not usable anymore. Would highly recommend replacing them as you start seeing heavy wear on the products. What do I mean by that? I mean once you start seeing some major tears and fraying of the toys. Dogs' teeth are going to jab into this and eventually over time grind down at the fibers of the toys. This is just an example. It can be any of these, but they're all the same type of cotton rope. And so as they do that, you're going to see some fraying at this level here. You're going to see some fraying and whatnot, and that's okay. Now you're going to see eventually the rope toys, the ball, any type of rope that you have are going to get to this point where they're frayed and the strands will get cut by the dog's teeth. When that happens, it's okay to keep using it, obviously, because the rope is bound extremely tightly, so it's not going to start having the strands come out. As I'm pulling on this, you can tell the strands aren't coming out. However, if this happens in multiple locations, there's going to be strands that start actually pulling out of the toy, and at that point, that's when you're going to want to replace them with another pack. The other thing that I'd like to recommend for you is to have interactive play with your dog. You don't want to have these just lying about for them to play with all the time. You want to be there with them playing tug-of-war and whatnot so that you can supervise them as they play. Highly recommended by every dog manufacturer to make sure that you're watching your dog as they play with any type of toy. We hope that you love your new rope toys that you got you and your dog to play with, and if you have any questions or anything like that, be sure and reach out to us on otterlypets.com. We'll be happy to talk to you and help out in any way that we can. Thanks.